When Chapter 5 finally gave us the prototype's full body reveal, a robotic jester with a single glowing yellow eye, a fixed grin that never moves, and the kind of controlled calm that makes a monster scarier than any scream could, it felt like the payoff the entire franchise had been building toward. It made sense that the whole conversation after launch centered on him, but I kept returning to the part of Chapter 5 that came before his entrance and to a character who's been underread since the game dropped. Her name is Lily LoveBraids. The argument isn't that she's more powerful than the prototype, it's that she might be more dangerous, and in Playtime Co., those two things are very different. What the prototype's own document reveals. The first thing you learn about Lily comes from a document the prototype wrote himself. Lily has been in continuous isolation for 410 days, given only the bare minimum to survive, childishly naive, wholly ignorant of her crimes. She will not be allowed to join us. She will not be allowed a quick death. The prototype has spent 5 chapters working entirely through proxies. He doesn't write personal memos about individual toys. The fact that Lily required his direct attention in writing tells you something he probably didn't intend to communicate. She's a problem he needed to manage carefully. Gracie Green, the tape, and the skeleton. There's an audio tape in Sweet Street titled 96 Isolation Day 122. It captures Gracie Green, Playtime Code's lead wellness and integration counselor, 122 days into her transformation into Lily, watching a recording of her former self. By the end of the tape, her identity is completely subsumed. 122 days is the record, the longest any adult resisted the conditioning. Gracie Green, the person who designed the brainwashing process used on the orphans, held out longer than anyone against her own system. Then, it took her anyway. When you find your way into Lily's bedroom, there's a heart-shaped bed with a skeleton inside, holding a Playtime Company ID card for Gracie Green. On further inspection, death was deemed too generous a fate for Miss Gracie. That's Gracie's original body, moved into the room by the prototype as part of the punishment. When Lily discovers someone has been snooping, she walks in and tells the skeleton to go back to sleep. She has no idea it's her, the space she built, and how she uses it. Sweet Street is a giant dollhouse full of fake walls, hidden rooms behind posters, and a layout designed so that you can hear Lily but can't locate her, while she always seems to know where you are. She built this alone, over hundreds of days, with almost no resources. The result is a space that operates entirely according to her logic. When the tea party starts, she doesn't ambush you. She invites you and gives you errands. Find 3 friends, get crumpets, bring the recipe book. You do all of it because staying compliant is the only option available. Huggy chases you, Mommy Longlegs tests you, Catnap sedates you. Lily makes you set the table for your own capture. The whisper. At some point in Sweet Street, Lily leans into the candy cat head she carries everywhere and whispers something she doesn't seem to want anyone to hear. He's going to kill them all. She's talking about the prototype. She's been locked in a dollhouse for over 400 days with almost nothing, and she still knows exactly where his plan ends. The prototype called her naive, but either he was wrong about her, which is a significant miscalculation for someone this calculating, or he knew exactly how aware she was, and that's precisely why the isolation made sense as a strategy.
He's going to kill them all. No, Candy, not Poppy. She's always been his favorite.
The note with 2 voices. There's a note in the dollhouse that's easy to walk past. One voice writes, "Again, again, again, he still doesn't come. Why does everyone hate me?" A second voice answers, "Big breath in, out again. Cover up the hole. Don't let him see the mess you made." That second voice is clinical, instructional, coaching the first through panic the way a therapist would. It sounds exactly like what Gracie Green's professional persona was built to do. She doesn't know who she is anymore, but the reflexes are still there. Why she's the most interesting character in the chapter? Lily is not the main villain of Chapter 5, and I'm not arguing she could beat the prototype in a direct confrontation. Every antagonist before her was a threat you could eventually outrun or defeat. Lily is different because of what she represents. Someone who understood the system well enough to survive 410 days inside it with nothing, who figured out where the prototype's plan leads while locked in isolation, and whispered that knowledge to a dead toy in an empty room like it was the most natural thing in the world. The prototype is the monster everyone in the factory fears, Lily might be the only one in the building who actually understands what kind of monster he is. In a place built on managed ignorance, that's not a small thing.